Hello, everybody. Welcome to the third November installment of the Coaching Seat TV with Toyinda LaShea, where we're all about sitting in our seats of authority so that the kingdom community can be infused with the power to dominate confidence, unleash potential, and leave a legacy. Now, this is accomplished through extracting limiting beliefs, distractions, and interferences. I am Toyinda LaShea, a prophetess, a best-selling author, business consultant, master coach, public speaker mentor, and most importantly, a threat to hell's kingdom. We have back in the studio with us Coach Ebony Young. She is a transformational coach and she's also a serialpreneur. She works in three different spaces. Listen to this. She's the founder and CEO of Unique Interventions for Youth and Families. She's the CEO of Shifting Solutions Consulting LLC. And my favorite, she is the CEO of I Serve Her Concierge. Ebony is known for helping single women who happen to be mothers break down barriers so that they can raise healthy, successful children to ultimately become successful adults. Ebony, welcome back into the studio. How are you
I'm
today?
doing well. I'm so excited for this session. It's going to be awesome.
I know, and hopefully I won't tear up. So I want to
probably tear up too.
Okay, right. I want to open up because in our last segment, you talked about the little girl syndrome and how the little girl shows up for your big girl moment. I want to know how your faith plays a role in the work that you're doing.
Wow. To be honest, I could not do it unless I had my faith.
Yes.
God really helped me through the journey of being a young mom, of raising four kids. It was only by the grace of God that I did it.
Yeah.
Not that I was the best parent, but I had God on my side.
Right. Wow.
And God made things that I thought were impossible to become possible.
Wow.
He taught me how to believe him for my lights being kept on, my rent being paid, that I didn't need to have a sugar daddy to go sleep with somebody to get something done for my kids, to keep food on the table.
Come on, hope. Faith causes you not to have a sugar daddy to keep the lights on, food on the table, and rent paid. Okay, I wanted to make sure we got that out of the way.
God
Yeah.
was everything to me.
Yeah.
He would make sure there were times where when my lights was turned off and I was sitting in my room and I said, God, you can't leave me like this. I know you love me. I said, I refuse to call someone where they would want me to give my body away to get these lights on. I said, you are my Jehovah Jireh. You are my provider.
Yes, Lord.
And I'm not going to allow anyone to come in and separate our relationship. And lo and behold, I got a call from my church and they were like, Ebony, you was on our heart today. Is there anything that you need? And I said, well, currently my lights are off.
Wow.
And they said, okay, well, we're going to pay that bill and we're also going to buy groceries for you and your kids.
Wow.
Every time that I would say, God, I don't know how this is going to happen, God kept making a way.
Right.
He gave me these gifts and talents, to be able to speak, to be able to help.
Yes.
And every time that I would give a talent away as a gift to someone saying, I want to help you, God showed me how much he loved me by making sure that my children were taken care of.
Yes.
I made a promise to God. I said, God, when my babies were small and I was pregnant with Jalen, my fourth child, I said, God, I don't know you like that,
Wow.
but I want to know you. And I said, I cannot afford to have a sick child.
Oh, wow.
I said, heal my baby inside of me. And if you do that, God, because I didn't know him at the time, I was not saved, but I believed him because of my grandmother's prayers. I remember her praying. And I said, God, I would tell everyone my story.
Wow.
And I would be on fire and I would live for you.
Wow.
Now that baby is now 18 years old.
Yeah.
So God kept his promise to me. And all he asked me to do was keep my promise to him.
Yeah. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
And so as I think about it, I'm getting teary-eyed because God loved me
Yes.
enough
Yes.
that he gave me a purpose to not only talk to teen moms about what I went through, but to help people build their self-esteem.
Absolutely.
Because it's not what people say about you, it's what you answer to and what you believe in yourself. And he kept reminding me that I was fearfully and wonderfully made.
Absolutely.
That I was a success and that I was not a mistake.
Absolutely.
And that my children were not a mistake. I'll tell you, the time that that came such a reality to me is that when my children were in elementary school, and I served on a PTO, and they wanted to work with children, and they were saying that they wanted to have donuts with dads. And so here it is, I'm raising my hand wanting to tell them that won't work because my children don't have their father actively in their life. And so I got in my car and I was crying. I was like, God, why won't they listen to me? And I heard him say to me, Ebony, why won't they listen? And I said, well, they got the rings on their finger and they got money and they got all these things. And God said, Ebony, their husbands work 80 hours a week. So who's the single parent?
Yeah.
You all are on the same journey. They may have someone physically there to provide for them, but I'm your Jehovah Jireh.
Wow.
I own everything, and I can use people to be a blessing to you. All I need you to marry me.
Wow.
Marry the purpose that I have for your life, and I will make crooked place straight, and I will take care of you and your kids, and I'm a living witness.
That's huge.
Dropped out of high school, 4 babies by 21. You know, now I'm 39 years old. I'm a living witness that God is faithful and he's able.
Yeah.
And he will do all that he said he would do.
Absolutely. I bless the Lord for your story, and the stories of single mothers, single women who happen to be mothers, right?
Yes.
That's the story of hope, dealing hope, and I just appreciate you being very honest on the show. You mentioned all of your themes talk about this level of faith. And one of my favorite scriptures, and it's the first, it's back to back, but now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. But here it is. The elders obtained a good report. And that simply means, that good report means that they had a testimony. And so you're walking that entire space out, the faith space down to that next scripture of the testimony. I hear you say a few times that you have, your youngest one is 18. So this is it.
Yes.
Okay. How are you handling this space of separation or a space of being someone else now, right? Because you were a single woman who happened to be a mother. Now I'm single woman.
Yes.
Who
is now having grown children. You know, I started off as this 14-year-old girl who got pregnant and had a child at 15.
Wow.
And now that child is getting ready to turn 24.
Wow.
And who is inspiring to be a pediatric neurologist and on her path to doing that in school right now. I had to define myself. And that's why I'm so passionate about saying not a single mom, but a single woman, because you're either single or you're married. And so I'm a single woman who happens to be a mother. And I'm redefining myself because I identified with all of those things. So I call it the separation anxiety from the title.
Goodness, okay. Separation anxiety from the title. Now, before I ask you to unpack that, that resonates with me because I was an elite athlete at a university. And when I stopped being this elite athlete, I had to figure out, well, who are you now? So unpack this separation anxiety
from the title.
From the title. Wow, that's good.
So the separation anxiety from the title comes when you identify yourself by a certain title. You're either such and such wife or such and such husband. You're this elite athlete. You're this multi-facet or millionaire or just someone who's known worldwide. Or simply, break it down. I'm my children's mom. And I've identified and surrounded my whole life with being my children's mom.
Wow.
Providing a need for them, making sure I'm at the basketball games, cheerleading meet. Everything has been around my children where I lost my own identity. Because see, the truth be told, I didn't even know who I was when I had children.
Wow.
So I went from a little girl, a teen, preteen, teen, to now being a mom.
Wow.
So I didn't have any in between stage. I went directly into being a mom and now being a caregiver of 4 children.
Wow.
So I didn't really know what my role was or what I could identify. So everything I identified was surrounded by my children.
Wow.
And it wasn't until my youngest son turned 18 years old, I had this epiphany. And I'm laughing because I rented this huge house. My son decided, like, Ma wanted to go visit his dad. So we went to Texas to go see his dad, and we stayed for 2 weeks. And my son said, well, I'm going to stay for the summer. I was like, okay. So then the summer passed, and it's like August, and we need to get back in school. And so I'm like, okay, school is going on. It's kind of virtual. And he was like, Ma, please don't come and get me.
Wow.
May I please stay here? He said, I love Texas, and I think this is a great opportunity for me. So I'm like, oh, no. I need to see this last stage because it's really about me. Really wasn't about my son. It was really that I had this identity crisis.
Oh, goodness.
That I needed to be with my children. Like
Yes.
everything, I'm the single mom of these many children.
Yeah.
My children are doing this. But what did I say about me?
Wow.
And so my son decided to stay. And so for almost 2 weeks, I cried. I took this journey by myself, and I cried, and I was feeling like, what is it? Why can't? And that's where the new book that's coming out, Separation Anxiety, from the title, how to extract yourself from a title and re-identify and refocus and now reassess who you really are.
Wow.
Because you're no longer the teen mom. You're no longer just a single mom. You're the mom of 4 adults.
Wow.
4 young, expiring adults.
That's
so
huge.
I'm no longer that person that I identified myself with. Now I have to rediscover who Ebony is. And wow, what a journey it's going to be.
What step? Give me 3 steps. Okay. 1 step that you took to re-identify who you were. 1 step.
I had to pray and journal. So those go hand in hand. So those are the 1 step, is praying and journaling my thoughts, because I had to let it go.
Okay. All right. This is getting good. So we're out of time for this broadcast, but Ebony is going to join us next week in the studio. We'll pick it up from there, and then we'll talk about I Serve Her Concierge. My name is Toyinda LaShea, and you are watching the Coaching Seat TV. Hi, everybody. I am Toyinda LaShea, and I'm so excited to share with you 4 services that I provide. The first service is the International Champion Influence Coach Certification Program, where we certify professionals so that they can strategically help others and enter the coaching industry with confidently. The second service is the Champion Influence Coaching and Leadership Curriculum. This is a curriculum that allows individuals to grow and expand their leadership skills. The third service that we provide is the Champion Influence Create Champion Conversations public speaking course. It's a 5-week online public speaking course that helps individuals to become confident and engaging public speakers. And the last service that we provide is the Coaching Seat Continuing Education Platform Membership. This is a membership site that allows fresh and new coaches to strengthen their coaching posture and walk in confidence in the coaching industry. Welcome to the Coaching Seat TV with Toyinda LaShea, where we're all about sitting in our seat of authority so that the kingdom community can be infused with the power to dominate confidence, unleash potential, and leave a legacy. This is accomplished through extracting limiting beliefs, distractions, and interferences. I am so excited for the opportunity to be on Dominion TV with the powerful Dr. Dutton and Pastor Lynette Dutton. Make sure you download the app for Dominion TV, as well as catch this broadcast every Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. I want you to share it with your community, your clients, and your customers.